Hey folks, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're well. I hope you've been having a fantastic day. Big thank you to everybody that has subscribed, that has suggested music to react to, that have commented and donated to buy me a coffee. Really glad to be back. I've got a day off today, and it's a pretty miserable day as well outside. I think the summer has finished in the UK officially, and now back into autumn. That said, I'm really looking forward to getting into some music today, and this one's been on the back burner for a little while. It's by a group called the Buzzcocks. And the track is called I Don't Mind. It was released around about the 13th of May 1978, but I don't think it was a commercial success, so I'm really intrigued now to actually listen to it. It's taken from another Music in a Different Kitchen. The album was called Another Music in a Different Kitchen, and that was from March 1978. So the Buzzcocks, we've got Pete Shelley on lineup, lead guitar and vocals, Steve Diggle, rhythm guitar, backing vocals, Steve Garvey on bass, John Mayer on drums and percussion. Yeah, so this is quite a short track. I am really looking forward to it. I'm looking down at the lyrics and thinking there are quite a lot of lyrics to this very, very short track, but it's always the speed and of delivery from Pete Shelley is always like amazes me that so much story can be crammed into such a tiny little space. So without further ado, I'm going to click play. There was a Top of the Pops version of this as well, but I really want to like actually just listen to this. So sometimes it's just best to listen to the audio.
Reality's a dream, a game in which I seem to never find out just what I am. I don't know if I'm an actor or a shaman or sham, but if you don't mind, I don't mind. I'm lost without a clue, so how can I undo the tangle of these webs? I keep weaving, I don't know if I should be believing this empty perceiving, but if you don't mind, I never mind. I used to bet that you didn't care, but kind of never got me anywhere. Each time I used to be so sure, something about you made me doubt you more. How can you convince me when everything I see just makes me feel you're putting me down? And if it's true, this pathetic cloud will keep hanging around. That's if you don't mind, I don't mind. I used to bet that you didn't care, but Gary never got me anywhere. Each time I used to feel so sure, something about you made me love you more. I even think I hate me when you call me on the phone. And sometimes when we go out, then I wish I stayed at home. And when I'm dreaming, just lying in my bed, I think you've got it in for me. Is it all in my head? Is it in my head? Will you convince me when everything I see just makes me feel you're pulling me down? And if it's true, this pathetic clown will keep hanging around. That's if you don't mind.
Wow, that was the Buzzcocks with I Don't Mind. That was a real pocket dynamo of a song. So much crammed into that. I loved the rhythm guitar in that. It was real, like, had a real zing and choppiness to it. I think that was Steve Diggle. And of course, as always, Pete Shelley's voice is so very distinctive. One thing I really, really liked about this was the story, and I couldn't believe it. They managed to cram it all into this like 2 minutes, 20 seconds. What a great, great story that was. I got the impression from just like listening to the lyrics with that there's a lot bit of it's like a relationship, but you're actually made to feel very, very low, very low self-esteem, and you're not sure if a person who you're with, or maybe it could be a friend, could be a lover, is that they're maybe gaslighting you into kind of thinking that you're not quite got a grip of reality, maybe that you're and it's making you feel low about yourself. You begin to question yourself. You're beginning to um, just have negative thoughts about you as a person in relation to the world and this person. So yeah, it's just a really really good lyrics. I'm going to quickly zip through the lyrics actually because they're so interesting, and I do wonder whether these lyrics were actually. I mean, this was written by Pete Shelley. Whether this was an actual experience that he had. Reality is a dream, a game in which I seem to never find out just what I am. I don't know if I'm an actor or am. So right there, doesn't it's kind of like it doesn't know whether the way maybe he behaves is good or whether it's just ridiculous. I mean, if you're hamming stuff up as an actor, you're not in the same league as I don't know, maybe a sort of classically trained actor, Shakespearean actor. A shaman or a sham, but if you don't mind, I don't mind. So basically saying if the person that he's with doesn't mind, about his shortcomings, then he doesn't mind either. So I'm getting the impression straight away that this person is maybe making him feel that way by the things they're saying to him. I'm lost without a clue, so how can I undo the tangle of these webs I keep weaving? So when you're unsure about stuff in life and you tend to and you're in a situation where you don't really feel that, you want to take yourself out of the situation, you tend to kind of maybe tie yourself in knots in certain social situations with certain people because you're unsure about how that person feels. So you either kind of completely back off or you basically just act even more in a situation and if you're unsure, it has a really negative effect on you. You become nervous about everything you say. It's kind of like standing up to talk about something you know about, but having the pressure of being judged. I don't know if I should be believing deceptive perceiving, but if you don't mind, I don't mind. So he's kind of trying to reassure himself that he thinks that she might not mind, that he doesn't mind, and therefore he shouldn't mind either. I used to bet that you didn't care, but gambling, I like that. I used to bet that you didn't care, but gambling never got me anywhere. Each time I used to feel so sure, something about you made me doubt you more. So it could it be that she's trying to treat him mean, but it's kind of having just a really bad effect on him, rather than him feeling secure about himself. It's kind of making him feel very insecure. How can you convince me when everything I see just makes me feel like you're putting me down? And if it's true, this pathetic clown will keep hanging around. That's if you don't mind. I don't mind. So it's been reduced to that kind of level of like complete um, lack of confidence in his own maybe looks, ability, everything. But somehow she won't sort of confirm that. So it just kind of keeps him hanging about a bit. And even think you hate me when you call me on the phone. And sometimes when we go out, I wish I stayed at home. I mean, yeah, yeah. A lot of the times I used to go out, I kind of think I wish I'd stayed at home now. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like she's seduced into coming out, and then she's probably trying to make him feel very small. And yeah, eventually you become very aware of that feeling, and you don't really want to be going out, even though you kind of like the person in isolation. Um, taking you to a social situation, then they probably become more of a magnified character that kind of makes you feel even smaller. And when I'm dreaming or just lying in my bed, I think you've got it in for me. Is it all in my head? Is it in my head? Again, that's the old gaslighting thing, isn't it? If you twist somebody's mind, but make them think it's them. Yeah, this was a great song. Probably the best lyrics I've read in a while, actually, and just love the power and the energy that the Buzzcocks deliver these things, and just to kind of cram it all into these tracks. I don't think I've heard a bad song from the Buzzcocks. A really really good little band, and I don't really. I'm trying to think if I actually recorded them when I was of an age. Not really particularly. I think it's the Buzzcocks were a band that maybe I heard a little bit later, and I thought, okay, they were from this year, that year. But at the time, it's probably the music was probably a little bit too advanced for me as I as how old would I have been? 78. I was 11 years old, so probably not really into this kind of music. I was into stupid stuff, um, novelty records and things like that. I think that my favourite record of 1978 was probably the Street Band's Toast. So there you go. I hold my hands up, guilty as charged. Um, Folks, please let me know what you think about this song, and if you have any nostalgic memories of it, please join me in the comments below. If you liked it, if you hated it, if you know of anything else that the Buzzcocks have did that maybe wasn't commercially successful, or maybe it was, and you think I would enjoy listening to it, then please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, till next time, take care of yourselves. I will read all your comments as per usual, and yeah, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you all in a while.